Hello and welcome to Magzie's Fun Time. This is Magzie, and we are back here on Hytale, the website. If you guys like this episode, make sure you smack that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get into this, guys. I promised you guys when there was an update, I would cover it for this one, and I kind of dissed on some YouTubers that were not doing legitimate work that they should have been doing for Hytale. Hytale is in early access, so they will be doing updates hot and heavy, trying to get it prepped and ready for launch. I don't know when launch actually is. When they feel it's ready, I guess they'll launch it. But they have been doing hot fixes, and this is their first next update. Okay, so I want to go over this with you guys. We'll be doing these instead of regular videos. Okay, so I just got so much to do on my channel. I can't just spend a Tuesday or a Thursday. So we'll just skip an episode and then we'll do the updates, and then I'll start back with the next update. I got to do a little bit of grinding anyway, so I really didn't have much to do in this episode. We did want to get into some farming, so I was like planning on doing the farming stuff today in today's video. We'll just do that Friday. Anyway, this is update number 2. So we're in update 2. Little pictures here. We got some cosmetic and customization. So new avatar customizations options have been added for everyone. The bandit mask in side knot variant, blindfold and thick variant, blindfold and thick left eye right eye variants, vampire mouth, cute mouth, orc mouth, added white color to the fantasy cotton cosmetic colors. Updated visuals for the haircuts. There's supposed to be a side pigtail, hair stick bun, simple bobcat, fighter buns, smart elven, and web and swept. We will take a look at those and see. Added new on the next video, guys. I'll before I start the video and load it in, I'll do a quick search of these things to see if they're actually in there and show them off to you guys. New armor slot visibility toggles next to the equipped armor, accessible directly from the character panel. That's good. Like that. Server hosts can disable and enable this feature to enforce rules for PvP and immersion purposes. Improved animation for capes when a player is running. We have gameplay imbalance. This is the bread and butter here. A new item has been added that allows the user to raise skeleton minions from nearby bone piles. I knew they were going to do that. We could play a necromancer, guys. How has a chance to drop from a large Praetorian skeleton. I don't think I've seen those yet, so we might have to go find one of those. Adamantine is now requires thermium and cobalt pickaxes to be mined, so you cannot mine it without that. People was running out and getting it with like the iron pick and stuff. Thank God they changed that. So it's more progression themed now. Mining and pickaxe progression has been adjusted. Lower tier pickaxes now deal much less damage to higher tier ores. Upgrading to a higher tick quality pick significantly reduces the amount of hits required. That is great because it didn't seem like there was difference in upgrading. So now there is a difference and you do need to upgrade. So buffed polar bears. I don't know why that should be a sentence in game balancing, but more decorative light recipes have been added to the furniture bench. I hope so, because I really want a torch that just sticks on the wall, like a lamp or something. And it just felt like every lamp that I made, like you have to set it on something, which was counterproductive. I guess you could do the Minecraft, like the fence and then the torch on top of it. And I didn't think about that. But I kind of want like something that I can just hang on the wall, not like a chandelier or something like that. The following NPCs will now drop medium hides instead of light hides. Bison, oh, that's so sad. Bison, boar, cow, horse, warthog. I'm guessing now, guys, if we want light hide, we're going to have to go dungeon diving and kill rats and bats and stuff. The magma toad has been adjusted. Tongue damage has significantly reduced. It now alternates between its tongue attack and a new ability, Headbutt. Good, because doing a tongue attack after he'd already tongue attacked kind of didn't make no sense. And it's annoying being pulled back after you just got pulled to them. Petals are now craftable in the furniture bench under textiles category. Well, that's pretty good. This makes them renewable as yellow petals can now be farmed from sunflower seeds. All crafting requirements used to make different color petals are renewable resources. Light variants for each cloth block can now be crafted using the combination of petals. Well, that's cool. World Generation. World Generation 2 has been prepared for the public documentation to help modders. New default flat and default void templates have been added using World Gen 2 version 2. The Creative Hub portal now spawns with World Gen 2 flat World Gen. Okay. Results in a clear weather and limited fog, but only works in a new creative world. Okay, so you have to spawn in a new world in order to see it. Major refactor and ore placement in all zones. You will need to explore new chunks for old worlds to see the change. Okay. We can always spawn in a world and just look at the changes real quick. Next episode, if you guys want to see that. If you guys want to see me look at some of the stuff and put it in the comments down below, I'll see what I can do. Because I keep interrupting myself. What I can do is I can just off camera like create the stuff in the world and then like place markers around and stuff, and then I could like take you there and look at the stuff. So it'll take some prep work, but I can do that kind of thing. Results in more ores, and especially with devastated lands underground. What is it? Oh, that major refactoring in ore placement in all zones. You will need to explore new zones to see the. Okay, so it won't affect the new ores in my current area, but it will. Okay. All right. Farming. Internal crops no longer break from accidental weapon damage. Increased tilled soil lifetime. Now lasts between 1.2 and 1.5 days. Fixed soil decay under fully grown crops. You can now hold torches in your offhand while you are using a hoe and seeds. I guess you couldn't before, and I don't know why that would be. I need some more things. You can break fully grown internal crops breaking fully grown internal crops will drop their seeds back. Good. Harvested crops can now be placed on the ground when crouching. Recipe requirement costs have been adjusted for hoes. Okay. That's probably good because I haven't done a big hoe yet anyway. So hoes now unlock at different farming bench tiers. Copper at 2 instead of 4. Iron at 4 instead of 8. And then thorium at 6. So they must have added one in too. UI and UX. Improved the edit block tooltip description. Tooltips now display the name of colors when hovering over color options in the avatar customization menu. Made improvements to the visibility of the hotbar, active slot by increasing contrast and adding the diamond indicator. Okay. This makes it easier to see the hotbar active slot when in brighter environments like the Howling Sands. The categories of memories are now sorted alphabetically when being viewed via the Heart of Orbis. Scripted brush quality of life improvements. Added missing entries to filters and removed invalid blocks from filters. Fixed various bug and existing script brushes. Added decoration and cave brushes. Removed redundant script brushes. Updated the jump if block type node to use the single offset instead of the list of offsets. Inventory interaction updates. Better double click handling. You can now click faster. Good. Shift clicking on armor will now directly equip it if no armor is currently equipped in the respective slot. Well, that's cool. I never tried that anyway, but it's good that I know now that I can actually do that, even though it wasn't in the game yet. QERT shortcut keybinds have been added for inventory quick actions. Pull all, quick stack, and sort. Okay. I'm guessing in that order. Shortcuts now display the tooltip when hovering over quick actions buttons, such as sort items by type T. Okay. An FPS counter overlay option has been added to the settings menu. Well, that's cool. I don't like using those, but for people that do, they want to know their FPS while they're playing. This can be found under General User Interface. The current FPS will display on the top right-hand corner of the game when it is enabled. Made various improvements to player markers. Player markers now display on the compass. Remove player prefix from the marker on the map. Players' names will always render on the map. Added toggle buttons for map/compass visibility in the map player list. Players at different heights will have a different icon, up and down indicators in the compass. Added, no clue. That's spider phobia, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it snakes? Yes, it's probably snakes. It can be found under gameplay and accessibility. Turn snake models into hatworms. So, it would be worms instead. I can see how that'd be a problem, especially if you have some kind of snake phobia. I mean, I personally don't like snakes, but I'm not particularly afraid of them either. Audio and visual effects added all missing basic Rex sounds. Updated the bone item drag and drop inventory sound. Fixed the bug in the Howling Sands cave track. And updated all food particle tints. Bug fixes, tech instability. You've been talking about this. Cube Odyssey needs to take a step out of their page and fix their compatibility and stability issues on multiplayer. Introduced a server auto update system, including configuration options and new commands for update management. Added a new update model core plugin and integrated it into the server boot process, allowing the server to check for and apply updates, notify players, and handle stage updates. Introduced update config in the Hytale server config with fields that for enabling updates, checking intervals, notification preferences, punchline selection, backup options, auto applied modes, including serialization support and getter and setter methods. Let's move this up a little bit. Added a new shutdown reason update to indicate when the server should restart to apply staged update. Added new /update commands and detailed server messages for checking, downloading, applying, and managing updates, including player notifications and auto apply warnings. Updated the release workflow to include launcher script, and it tells you what that is. Wow, there's a lot of these. Made improvements to the rendering shadows to fix various issues. That was kind of an issue. Fixed middle click pick block when the hotbar is full in creative mode. Okay, I've never actually done that one because I don't play creative. Now when middle clicking a block in creative mode when the inventory is full, it will replace the current slot with the newly picked item. The asset editor will now display documentation for tooltips. Fixed issues with the mantling detection, which resulted in many unintended behaviors. Implemented a fix to persist cleared key bindings across sessions. Made some adjustments to improve weather transitions to reduce jarring visuals. More improvements will be made in future updates. Fixed an issue where using teleporters to avoid accidental collisions by applying an offset. Rail carts now consume correctly and place properly. Bed respawning in unloaded chunks has been fixed. I didn't know that was a problem. Thank God I didn't have that problem. Fixes the issue where a collision check always failed if there were no loaded chunks. Major server stability validation, ECS localization, and timeout improvements. Refilling containers now targets the closest block of water rather than requiring you to aim at a block behind or under. I'm glad I didn't deal with that yet. Fix some types of items displaying oversized placement previews. Fixed an issue with the Berserker haircut texture tiling. Fixed glass textures from inheriting the cosmetic color of the lens highlights. Added permissions for world map teleporting. Prevents players from sending packets to the server and teleporting anywhere they want without up. I'm guessing somebody had a problem with that. I would guess. Emerald Wilds dungeon and other environments have been fixed. You might hear new soundtracks. Okay. Fix sending player markers updates while map isn't open. Fix player markers flickering when hovering over the map. Other players' names and more readable on zoomed in on the map. And that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this update, this video. Let me know if it helps you out. If you guys like this episode, make sure you smack that like button. It really helped out the channel with YouTube views, YouTube searches, YouTube algorithm movement for the channel. If you subscribe to my channel and you want to get notifications when I have new videos out, all you got to do is go to my page, hit the subscribe button, set your settings. You can come check out the videos. If you do like this episode, you want to share it with your friends, tell them that you like it, there's a share tab down below. There's links to the social media site. There's a link there for you to copy and post on YouTube community page. Any tips, tricks, comments, put it in the comments down below. See you guys later.